Hi there. Tomorrow we are going to enter the week of waiting. The cross of consciousness brings us the understanding that life is about waiting. The pattern of life is about waiting. Gate 5 is a very, very special gate. It sits in the sacral. It is part of the logic circuit, the collective logic circuit, and it is part of the channel of rhythms, being in the flow, a design of being in the flow, which combines the 15th gate, the gate of extremes, love of humanity, with fixed rhythms, the gate of waiting. And these two gates are very special. These are gates of the aura. Actually, the 15th gate is the gate of the aura, but also people who have the 5th gate and the whole channel, of course, have a very large aura. And their aura effects, when you have the whole channel, when you have the 15th gate or the whole gate, or the whole channel, it affects the aura of others. It takes people into your flow. The 15th gate is the gate of magnetism. It magnetizes people into your aura. And when you have the whole channel, the 15-5, the channel of the rhythm, your rhythm, your generative rhythm affects everyone that passes or passes through your aura or stays in your aura. This is a very, very special two gates and the channel itself. Now, gate 5 is really interesting because we are talking about the gate of waiting, and waiting is such an important aspect of the human design system. Actually, I haven't met this concept in such a large essence or a deep essence in any other teaching. And that's what I like about human design, that it knocks everything we know or learned. So waiting, the fundamental attunement to natural rhythms. Waiting is an active state of awareness. Now, this is really interesting. The 5th gate is part of the cross of consciousness. We have two mental gates, the 64 and the 63, the doubt and the confusion as part of this cross, and the 35th gate, the gate of progress and change, and the 5th gate. The 5th gate is part of the logic circuit. The whole cross is collective, by the way. We have two logic gates and two sensing gates. And the 5th gate is part of the collective logic, and it's all about pattern. It's in the sacral. It's about responding to fixed rhythms. And the fixed rhythm of life, the most important pattern of life, is waiting. And waiting is not only for generators, projectors, and reflectors. It's, of course, also very important for manifestors. Manifestors are not supposed to ignore the most fundamental pattern of life and the attunement to natural rhythms. Sometimes the way that people understand or prefer to understand the manifestor mechanics is that manifestor can initiate and do anything they want. And this is not correct. Manifestors are about movement that comes from their authority, and authority is kind of responding or attuned to the natural rhythms, and the initiating of an action is according to the flow of life, the rhythm of life, not according to their mind or the will or whatever. So this is very important, because it's sometimes I can see that people refer to manifestors as something that beyond waiting, and this is not true at all. Sometimes it's even more important to manifestors to wait, because their impact is so strong and the movement of the aura is so dramatic, dramatically felt. So they need to be attuned to natural rhythms even more than others, if there's something like that can be said. I mean, you know. And it's interesting, I look at the 6 lines of the 5th gate: perseverance, inner peace, compulsiveness, the hunter, joy, and yielding. And for me, when I look at it, it's like the phases, the flow of phases of the experiment of yielding to our design. Yes, surrendering to our design. We need the perseverance. We go through phases of inner peace, compulsiveness. We are, sometimes we're the hunter. We are waiting for something, and then comes the joy. And the joy is very interesting. This is the 5th gate, and the fifth line of the 5th gate, joy. And the blue line says, waiting as an aspect of enlightenment. And I really, really love that, because this is true. Waiting is not, it's like waiting is an active state of awareness. Yes, this is what the gate 5 says. And this is another aspect of saying it. You know that the 5th line is always how we project, how we see the projection of the hexagram. And this is really what we want to achieve. We want to achieve the joy that while we wait, we actually are. This is our being. Because what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is being in the moment. That's what it is, being in the natural flow. Gate 5 actually talks or puts enlightenment as a logic pattern of living, the fundamental attunement to natural rhythms and active state of awareness. So the joy of waiting as an aspect of enlightenment is amazing, and this is the one step ahead of yielding, or before one step before yielding. And yielding is really, okay, I'm there, yeah. I'm surrendering to my design, to my mechanic. I'm surrendering to the natural flow of life, and actually the pattern of life is being in the flow. Yes, this channel that is actually in every living cell. Yes, the channel of the rhythm is actually showing us the pattern of life, which is being in the flow. And being in the flow has nothing to do with what we think of things, or our opinions or ideas or insights or understanding. It's just nothing mental. It's only being and really surrendering to our mechanics that helps us be in the flow in the correct way for us, for each and every one of us. It's very unique, uniquely defined in each and every one of our designs. This is really beautiful. And in Hebrew, we say waiting, the word waiting is hamtana. And the word gift is matana. It's the same letters in Hebrew. So I will show you this here. This is the word hamtana, and matana is these 4 letters. So I usually say that waiting is a gift. Hamtana hi hamatana. Waiting is a gift, and I really want to give you this gift of taking this slogan inside and embracing it, because sometimes we don't understand why things take so much. Sometimes I had to wait years for things to flower in me, to be to achieve the correct ripeness in order to come outside and make what my design needs to make. And sometimes I was bitter, frustrated. I looked at it and I said, I don't understand why things don't come out, why it's so much time has passed. And I hear it from other people, of course, and we think we know the timing. We don't. We actually don't. I mean, the only thing we can do is really be in an active state of awareness by waiting and trusting life that things are going to come. And it's the same as this pregnant woman that can just sit quietly, and it doesn't mean that things don't happen inside. Nothing stands still inside, but she is waiting, and she knows that in the right moment, the change, the mutation is going to happen. So this is what we need to take in. And this week, and it's interesting that this week, the fifth gate, when it's in the sun, it's part of the quarter of mutation. And it is after we were very, very, very busy when the 34, the gate of power, was in the sun. And then we had the ninth gate to focus on details and just take our energy from the empowerment, self-empowerment, individual integration stuff into the logical energy. And then comes the waiting, which is actually the pattern of life. This is the most important thing for us, is waiting and balancing between the extremes in order to be in the flow of life. So this is the gift that we are getting from the program this week. And I send you my love, and let's practice waiting. Bye-bye.